Good. I'm just going to close the window. Alors, je vais juste fermer la fenêtre very quickly, très vite fait. Ah! Ah. God, I get sick of being in pain all the time. Right. Very quickly, I'm sure we've spoken about this before, but can we make sure that we know the difference between très vite and très vite fait? Very quickly done. So anybody off the top of their head have a sensible suggestion about the difference between très vite and très vite fait? If you don't know, you don't know. This is not one I've told you. I only tell people off when they're forgetting. I was in my mum said the other day, she went to go and see a friend of my grandma's who was passing away. And she said, oh, Luke, she said, it's really nice. I squozed her hand. I was like, do you mean you squeezed her hand? I was like, I don't think you squozed her hand. But anyway, so not forgetting. So, yeah, I'll only tell you off something you've forgotten. So what is the difference between très vite and très vite fait? Très vite means that the activity is being carried out at an accelerated pace. Okay, so for example, and it doesn't refer to the duration of the activity. So for example, Brendan had drunk 14 coffees. Don't, Brendan. He was speaking very quickly all day. Yeah, you know, très vite toute la journée. Brendan is just going to quickly go to the shop and get some coffee. We've all gone round to Brendan's house and he's run out of coffee. Okay, that action duration is carried out quickly. That is très vite. Shut up, Luke. That is vite fait or très vite fait with the fait in there. So if I said, I'm just going to quickly go and you turn up at my house, I say, Brendan, I've got some, whatever. I need to get some cups and saucers out at the dresser. Oui, alors je vais juste très vite fait, chercher des soucoupes saucer. Okay. Okay. I mean, Brendan, you're rough. You're from up north. You drink out of a tin mug. But what I'm saying is, we drink out of classier things. So like China cup and saucer. So soucoupe. Lovely. All right. So très vite versus très vite fait. Great. Good. Let's start. Is Sarah there? I thought Sarah said she could only come for 5 minutes. Hang on, let me just message her.
Luke.
I can't see her. No. Good. So Denise, this is safe for me. Sarah said she can only stay half an hour. Sarah said she can only stay half an hour. Don't move on until we have a place to slide. There are 25 benches to sit on in every sentence. Don't put your wet ass in the sand. There's no need to go and anywhere else. Sit on the word. You don't even need to go into a whole word. You can go into a syllable. You can go into the first syllable and just hang on there. Up you go.
Sarah dit qu'elle ne peut rester, attendez.
Ne peut rester, not ne peut rester, yeah, ne peut rester.
Que 10 minutes.
Well, apart from the fact that we didn't remember the word 30, but yes, so go again. So, up you go. But that was lovely.
Sarah dit qu'elle ne peut rester que de 30 minutes.
Sarah dit qu'elle ne peut rester, not rester. Yeah, okay. Rust is obviously like oxidized iron, rouillé in French. Good, lovely. Brendan, she needs to work with a client in 30 minutes and he's already wearing the handcuffs. The word for handcuffs. Any idea, Brendan? You've had a little checkered existence. Any idea? It starts with an M. Any idea on the word for handcuffs?
Manicure.
I like how you're not without resource. Minute, en minute. Okay. I don't think there's any other words. Let's have a look. No, just minute. Yeah, minute. Okay, good. So say for me, she needs to go because she needs to work with another client in 30 minutes and This one is already in handcuffs. She needs to work with another client in 30 minutes, and this one is already in handcuffs.
Elle doit travailler avec une autre cliente.
Pause, stand still. Why have you ended the word client?
Thinking.
Firstly, is the word for client, I mean, she might do a little bit of sapphic lesbo prostitution as opposed to her normal heteronormative work, which is very qualified in. I've got no problem with that. Bring it on. But the fact is it going to be client or cliente?
Cliente. No, client.
If it were client, how much of the word client would you be allowed to say before you knew what the next word was? How much of the word client would you be allowed to say before whilst you were still thinking the next word? How much could you get out?
Client.
That's it. So this is a bit more of an advanced technique, because you will watch videos with people who are less advanced, who I would encourage to go, say we were saying client, just to keep the voice going. But at you guys' level, if the word is hard, don't end the word. No, sorry, I did it correctly. I apologize. I'm sorry, I did it right. Instead of avec, go avec Luc. Yeah, keep it going. All right. So say for me, she needs to work in half an hour. The client is waiting in handcuffs. She needs to work in half an hour. The client is waiting in handcuffs.
Elle doit travailler.
Is it sounding like a line, or is it sounding like a series of bangs?
Il doit travailler dans 30 minutes et le client vont attendre.
Now, when the word as a concept comes into your brain, often the infinitive will drop into your brain. Yeah, you go, wait, attendre. Yeah, but it won't be that, will it? You have to conjugate it. Le client is already waiting in handcuffs. Go from le client, don't stop your voice.
Le client attend en minute.
Pause. Why do you think I'm entitled to be smug there? Did you listen to my vowels, or did you listen to the consonants? Funny how you remember the m and the n and the t, didn't you? Did you listen to the vowels I gave you in a million years? Do I keep boring all of you and telling you it's all about listening to vowels? Do I keep saying that? What did you guys gain from that? Consonants, minute. No, copy my vowels. Those are not my vowels. Your name isn't Brendan. Minute. Thank you. Right? Don't copy with an English accent. You won't copy shit. Lovely. Tia. Luke. As you know, my life is fairly calm. You've just given me an idea for a new business. Luke, as you know, my life is fairly calm. You've just given me an idea for a new business. Slide slowly. I want the whole thing on the same voice. I don't want any passage in the middle.
Luc, comme tu sais, ma vie est assez calme. Tu m'as donné une idée pour un business.
Yeah, pour une société. Yeah, pour une entreprise.
Yeah. Pour une entreprise.
Lovely. Melanie, Luke, obviously you've been reading my CV, which is very impressive. Luke, obviously you've been reading my CV, which is very impressive, meaning the CV is impressive. Yeah, have you go. Melanie, your microphone is on, my darling. Luke, obviously you've been reading my CV, which is very impressive, meaning the CV is impressive.
Luc, évidemment, tu as
I can't hear you. Send it forward. It was the correct vowels. You'd made the correct choices. Send them forward.
Luc, tu as lu mon CV déjà, qui est très impressionnant.
We lost you on the last word. It went back into Melanie. It was the correct vowels. I hear the correct vowels, but they weren't twanged forward. What's the word for impressive? Close your mouth and twang it forward.
Impressionnant.
That's nice. Luc, évidemment. Notice, everybody, we don't have a tense for... Okay, watch your wallet. Sarah's here. So basically, we don't have a tense for you have been reading. That doesn't exist as a tense. We have you have read. You could have pushed, say, tu as été en train de lire. You've been in the process of reading, you know, or récemment tu as lu, or tu viens de lire. But we don't have a tense for the continuous. You have been reading. Yes. So, Luc, évidemment, tu as lu, enfin, mon CV. Yeah, okay. Qui est impressionnant? Sarah, how would you say, Luke, you've read my CV, which is impressive, meaning the fact that the fact that I read your CV is impressive, not the CV. God, we all know that's a piece of shit. So say for me, Luke, you've been reading my CV, which is impressive, meaning the act of reading the CV is impressive. Off you go. Microphone, Sarah. Microphone, Sarah. Sarah, don't leave the microphone on while you're working out the sentence and then pretend you've only just remembered that the microphone is on, or I will just go to somebody else. I've got your fucking game, my love. You've got 1 second to turn the microphone off, otherwise I'm going to give it to somebody else. Right? No. Denise, off you go.
It's off.
So, no. I know your game. I know your game far too well. You're a little sneaky prepper. You've lost your sentence. Denise, you've been reading my CV, which is impressive. Off you go.
Tu lu mon
You
CV.
have been reading. Tense.
Tu lisais mon
No. Obviously, Denise has been having a senior moment and has just floated off because we've just been talking about bloody you have been reading. We've just literally been speaking all about these tenses. What did Lukey say? We don't have that tense. And what tense have we used up until now? You have read. Yes, what we were just talking about. We don't have that tense. We don't take into you were reading. We go you have read, which is what Lukey was talking about. One correction goes for all of you. Do you guys get that? Yeah, good. Off you go.
Tu as lu mon CV qui est
No.
intéressant.
No. Come on, wake up, have a coffee. Which is impressive? When I'm talking about the previous concept is impressive. We've done this.
I know.
Qui refers to the previous noun. Ce qui refers to the previous idea. I've even made you guys chant it. Let's chant it one more time. Chant with me. We never listen to Luke. Oh, no, sorry. That's just what I'm thinking in my head right now. Chant this. Qui refers to the previous noun. Ce qui refers to the previous idea. Go on, Denise, by yourself.
Qui refers to the previous noun, so qui refers to the previous idea.
Brendan.
Qui refers to the previous noun, so qui refers to the previous idea.
Sarah.
Qui refers to the previous noun, so qui refers to the previous idea.
Melanie with a full voice coming forward.
Qui refers to the previous noun, so qui refers to the previous idea.
Good. Tia, say it for me in Finnish because it would just interest the fuck out of me. No, you don't have to. Say it for me. Say it for me in English. Qui refers to the previous noun, so qui refers to the previous idea.
Qui refers to the previous noun, so qui refers to the previous concept.
Yeah, that'll do. Concept, idea, lovely. So basically, so if I said, for example, Sarah has bought a new table, which is brilliant, meaning the table is brilliant. Sarah a acheté une nouvelle table qui est, we're referring to the noun of the table, whatever, magnifique, superbe, whatever. But the gender of that qui est would then match feminine. So if I said, for example, which is perfect, I'd say Sarah a acheté une nouvelle table qui est parfaite. Sarah's bought a new table, which is brilliant because, you know, she ruined the old one, cutting up all her Coke with a little credit card. Yeah, so Sarah a acheté une nouvelle table, ce qui est parfait, meaning the action of buying a new table is brilliant. That will be ce qui. Are we quite clear on this, Auntie Denden? So can you go for me one more time? Luke, you've been reading. Deal with that as you need to. my CV, which referring to the action of reading my CV, which is impressive. Off you go.
Lu, tu as lu mon CV, ce qui est impressionnant.
No. Word for impressive. Not quite. Almost, but not quite.
Alors,
Give me more full voice, because where you are and you're drifting back into the throat. It's like Melanie. Don't drift back into the throat because you won't have any muscle memory connection from it. Go, have another go. Bring it forward, and I bet the word will come to you.
Lu, tu...
No, just that word. Impressive.
Impressionnant.
That's it. Now give me the different twangs in the word. Impressionnant.
Impressionnant.
That's it. You won't get muscle memory in air because all air sounds the same and feels, more importantly, feels the same. Yeah. Impressionnant. Different vowel journey. Yeah. Air has no vowel journey. Air. Impressionnant. Good. Lovely. Sarah. I need to. No, I'm expecting a call from a girl because I left my sweatpants, tracksuit bottoms, whatever you want to call them, in central London. Lovely. So I'm expecting a call from a girl because I left my sweatpants in central London. I can't hear you. Bring it forward.
J'attends
Pause. Vowel I need. Again, we've had another little repeat of Brendan and the munute. You've got at d for the verb. What's the vowel? Go straight to the vowel journey of the verb you're trying to give me. Just the vowels in the verb you're trying to give me. And you should hear that really clearly in your own mind.
L.
Without the yeah. Get rid of this vocal fry. Yeah. Get rid of it, all of you. Twang, twang, twang. Sing it forward, proper vowels.
L.
Almost ow.
L.
Good. Attends. So said for me, I'm waiting for a call from a girl because I left my sweatpants like a douche in central London.
J'attends un appel.
No. Not appel. Appel is to spell. Appel. Yeah? Don't. Look, I've said this very clearly to you. Between here and here, nothing gets created in French. We create from the chin up and from the collarbone down. Yeah, and we go over this section. The light's too big, you can't see. We go over this section when we slide from a vibration which is up here to a vibration which is down here. So, for example, if I said Denise said he wanted, even in a woman's voice or in a man's voice, il vous, so il. So obviously, as you know, vibration has to connect one vowel to the next. So il voulait. So just save that for me, all of you. Just go il voulait, and just feel the vibration orange light go from il voulait. All of you. Go on.
Il voulait.
Lovely. Il voulait. Yeah. But now, on purpose, put it in your throat and go il voulait, il voulait, il voulait. First off, can you hear how British it sounds, Brendan? Yeah, il voulait parler. Can you hear that, Brendan? Yeah? Okay? So don't create sound from the throat. Nothing is created from the throat in French. Yeah? You all want to go head vibration, Yeah? There's no, oo, not oo. Yeah, listen to how straight away it sounds. In my case, British, or in your case, American, or whatever, Finnish, whatever. If you so avoid the neck. Lovely. There's only one thing gets stuck in the throat, and none of you can afford that on an hourly rate. So off you go. So lovely. So let's go back to Sarah. So said to me, I'm expecting a call from a girl. Slide from vowel to vowel. Off you go.
J'attends un appel.
No. You've been given that correction in your private class. How do you conjugate? Spell for me the verb that you've just used.
A-T-T-E-N-D-S.
So why the fucking hell are you doing fucking j'attends un appel? It's not the liaison that would take place there. And we don't even want to say j'attends un appel. We just don't do it. There's no liaison. All right, up you go.
J'attends un appel
No.
de...
No. What's the word for A? These vowels are hideous and they're deaf. I can't hear them. What's the vowel for A?
Une.
No, it isn't. It's a masculine sound. And what is it? What's the word for A?
Un. I was
No.
thinking of girl. Un.
Yes, but even if you were, it wasn't the correct vowel. I don't mind the wrong gender. I just like it spoken in French. What's the masculine word for A that we've done in your class today?
Un.
No, it isn't.
Un.
That's the same sound again. No, keep going. That's the same sound again. I'm not being mean, but we've done this today, Sarah. The sense noise, the anger noise, the heartbreak noise. All three together if you're kinky. Save me. Good. So stop going to this vile, yeah. Stop it. It's this weird half Spanish, half fucking horrible American. Yeah. Get rid of it. Give me the warmth. No, that's not right. That's gone to Go away and work on it. I'm bored. And when I get bored, I switch off. Sorry. The word is un appel. Un appel. Not yeah. Un appel. No, you're just phoning it in. Un appel. You're just phoning it in. Un appel. Be into vowels, people. No, you can keep repeating it as many times as you want, but you haven't got it right. I want you to go away and work on it. Because really, I'm getting sick and tired of that bob with you. Lovely. Brendan. Luke. What's a call? Nobody calls me. Luke, what's a call? Nobody calls me.
Qu'est-ce que c'est un appel?
You went from shit to better on the word a call. I'll give you that. You gave it me vile, and then you went back and corrected it. Well done. You don't always need to say qu'est-ce que c'est un appel. You could just say c'est quoi un appel? Lovely. Nobody calls me.
C'est quoi un appel? Personne m'appeler.
You are dropping in infinitives from the helicopter again, though, aren't you? Nobody calls me. What's the? You need to conjugate this.
Personne m'appelle.
You gave me a beautiful pronunciation of the word nobody. Don't go fucking it up.
Personne m'appelle.
No, you gave me a beautiful pronunciation of the word nobody. Don't go fucking it up. What's the pronunciation of the word nobody that you pronounced beautifully the first time and shat on the second and third time?
Personne.
No.
Personne.
Thank you. How many times do we have to say, people? ER goes to a personne. Manger. The infinitive. Look at the infinitive. M-A-N-G-E-R. Manger. ER goes up. Yeah? Okay. Personne. Certaines. Chercher. They go up. Nobody calls me. Off you go. Don't put the call first vowel in your throat.
Personne m'appelait. Personne m'appelle.
Do you see what I mean about dropping in the verb as a helicopter? You're Brendan in the UN supplies. Jing, 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 jing. We're over some desert. Bless them. They've got nothing to eat. Yeah. Okay. Don't drop in the infinitive as a say. Off you go. Nobody calls me.
Personne m'appelle.
Good. We could have had personne m'appelle, personne m'appelait, personne m'appellera, personne m'appellerait, personne whatever m'a appelé, personne m'avait appelé, personne m'aurait appelé, personne m'aurait appelé. Person can do anything. All right. Good. Lovely. They prefer to send me naked photographs. I know, Bren, you down with the times. They prefer to send me naked photographs.
Il me préfère.
No, they don't prefer you. They prefer to send me.
Il préfère.
I've just spoken to you about pronunciation of the word it, and you're coming in with prefer. You've given me two. We have an E up here and we have an E down here. What is the pronunciation of our E up here, Brendan?
E.
Good lad. Whether or not it's this or this is just the length of it. Sorry, which way round would you be? Let me think. Acute. I don't know which way round this will come on the camera, but E acute, so bottom left, top right, is quick. Longer, air. Listen, j'ai fermé you know, whatever, ma mère. That's not the same sentence. I closed my mother, but you see what I'm saying, yeah? Okay, down here, what's the E down here? Where does the English E fall? Energy, cinema, in the throat. This is banned. This is banned. This is banned. This is banned, all right? Energy, not energy, yeah? Okay, good. Denise. Luke, you are supposed to sort out some laundry. Luke, you are supposed to sort out some laundry. We know supposed to and we know laundry. Off you go. Luke, you're supposed to sort out some laundry.
Luc, tu es censé sortir.
Now, we could say assortir, but it's a little bit fancy. We've done this expression. What is the name of a nurse that deals with you when you go to a form of a hospital where they decide who has their leg hanging off and who is basically not in such a terrible situation? The triage process, yeah? Faire le tri or trier is to sort out. So say, for example, right, I'm now sorting out laundry, okay? And I'll show you how organized I am. So, God, my arms. I don't organize laundry. I organize as I go. Gays, we're a marvelous breed. So in this bag, we have the black, in the basket, we have a black canvas bag with mixed colors. And then we have a white and white socks and whatever in a green canvas bag. If it was all a mess, I was going, right, white socks there, you know, red, oh, that top I'll wash separately, or black and navy, that can go together. We'd say faire le tri, or je vais trier mon linge, all right? Trier, really, really, really good word in French. Faire le tri or trier, all right? Say it to me, all of you, say faire le tri.
Faire le tri.
Tri, nice pronunciation, Denise. Trier.
Trier.
Good. Okay, so say to me, I need to, I've done it already. I need to sort out my laundry. Just say that for me.
Je dois faire le...
But no, I gave you earlier, linguists listen, I told you which one of those two we use if we're going to put a noun on the end of it. Je dois faire le tri, full stop, or I use the other one with laundry. I did do that earlier. What's I need to sort out my laundry? Je dois
trier la...
There's no need for an because an now we've realised why Luke doesn't like because where is an sitting? Yeah, or even if it was the that was here, I don't want that. Je dois trier my laundry.
Je dois trier la lessive.
Yeah, but mon linge is the word I gave you.
Mon linge.
We're in Besançon, I'd get out the stick and up we go. Je dois trier mon linge. Go on.
Je dois trier mon linge.
Good. T will be devastated if Besançon isn't the King Fest, I've promised. Lovely. Lovely. Melanie. Luke, after you finished doing it, you can come and do mine. Luke, after you finish doing it, you can come and do mine.
Luc, après, tu auras...
I'm hearing something here. I don't want to hear... Oh dear, something's dropped out the back of the car and as you're driving off, it's scraping. Also, the grammar was wrong. Luke, after... I really hate doing this with people as advanced as you. I get so bored of this. After you have done it, you can do mine. What I'm going to give you.
Okay. Après, tu auras...
No. Gender equality, I'll belt all of you, male or female. We don't go après tu, do we?
Après avoir...
Pronunciation.
Après avoir...
Pronunciation. Spell après.
Après avoir.
Thank you. All right.
Après
Now
avoir.
you see when we do top 3, 6 and bottom, top 3, 6, Luke, top 6 and bottom 6, why I could use any number of infinitives. You know, the present, was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive. Why do you think I still, on the top, make you use the one, avant de, and on the bottom, make you use après avoir, après être? If anybody here has said the top 6 and the bottom 6 on any verb this week, including après avoir on the bottom and avant de on the top, right now I will eat this phone. Because we all 5 of us know that's absolute bollocks. Not one of you have done that. So yes, so when you run through verbs, il le fait, il le faisait, il le fera, il le ferait, il est intéressant qu'il le fasse, avant de le faire, bottom line with auxiliaries, il l'a fait, il l'avait fait, il l'aura fait, il l'aurait fait, après l'avoir fait. Now I keep telling you, you're advanced creatures. We should be doing more than those infinitives on the top and more than those infinitives on the bottom. But how's about as a fucking minimum, we use it so that we don't keep saying shit like après tout, because you can't fucking say après tout. If you're going to be talking about the same person, you'd be either using après avoir or avant de. Correct, Melanie?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
If you're not talking about the same person, what word would have to come after après? Après what? Après
que.
Thank you. Send it forward.
Après que.
Good. Now send it forward with the twang up here and here. Après que. Après que.
Après que.
No, you're après que. Send it. So different twang up here and here. Send it forward and on both. Après que. Après que.
Après que.
Push it off the chest. Après que.
Après que.
More chest. All right. So go again then. So after you finished doing, yours, laundry's masculine. After you finished doing yours, you can do mine.
Après avoir fini la tienne.
Stand still. Listen. After you've finished doing, I'm going to need the verb to do in there, yours, and it's masculine. You can do mine. Still referring to a masculine thing.
Okay. Après avoir fait le tien.
After finishing, after you finished doing. First verb, finish. Second verb, do. I'm going to need to hear those verbs. We're big boys and girls, yeah? I know we could say after doing, but we're saying after you finish doing. So that verb is going to have to do with finish, then do. Agreed?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Après avoir fini de faire le tien.
That's it. But all of this is connected together, slowly and nicely. Caroline, you can do mine.
Après avoir fini de faire le tien, tu pourras venir et
tu can do mine. Tu peux faire le mien.
Tu peux faire le mien.
Oui, après avoir fini de faire le tien. Fine. Après ton linge, tu peux faire le mien. If you wanted to take it to its lowest common denominator. Let's be frank. After your laundry, it's my turn. C'est à moi. Or c'est mon tour. No one's saying we have to be super. I got a lovely compliment today from a girl I teach in Paris called Flo. Alors j'ai reçu un compliment qui m'a vraiment plu aujourd'hui d'une fille avec qui je travaille à Paris qui s'appelle Flo. And Flo sent me this message saying, so I can't next Friday. Now it's off the cards. I shall see you next week. But I have a nice piece of news that I thought you'd like to hear. Her name's Floriana. Beautiful name. Floriana is now coming up with better French phrases than us. That's what she was told in the meeting. Oh, hang on one second. Hello? Oh, hi, Kerry. I'm just teaching for another 25 minutes. Could I ask you to give me a call then? Would that be okay, please? Okay, well then, do you want to hang it, push it over to tomorrow at a time that suits you? Between 12 and 1? All right then. Best wishes. Thank you for your flexibility. Speak to you then. Bye-bye. Good. Lovely. God, this week gets better and better. So, lovely. So, yeah, so Floriana sent this message saying that in her French office, because she works in Paris, that they'd said, wow, Floriana is now coming up with better French phrases than us in the, than in my meeting this morning. And I said, oh, you don't know how bad my week is. That's made my day. And she goes, oh, well, I'll add something then. It was from someone very senior. So in other words, I'll push you on the clever stuff. There are obviously sometimes more basic ass versions, but I trust that you can think before my laundry, your laundry, all right? Good. Tia, you've not done one in a while. Luke, I'm happy that you received this kind of compliment. Luke, I'm happy that you received this kind of compliment.
Luc, je suis content que tu reçois ce genre de compliment.
I'm happy that you've received this kind of compliment.
Luc,
The one that you've just, well, you did this one first and I'll tell you what the other one should have been.
Luc, je suis content que tu as reçu ce genre.
No, I'm getting very bored. With Sarah, I stuck a £10 surcharge on every time I had to teach her something I've already taught her. What is I am happy that's going to give me? What's it going to give me?
Subjunctif.
That's it. And the subjunctive past you all panic about, but it's basically a or soit up the ass of the verb, isn't it?
Et reçu.
That's it. Well, Luke, je suis très content que tu aies reçu. Off you go. So, Luke, I'm very happy. Don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. There's a tendency from speakers to want to go, ta-da! Did you see what I did there? Or it'd be like, Denise is happy that I got washed with the shower gel, you know, that she bought me or something. You know, Denise, elle est très contente que je me sois lavé. Like, people want to kind of go, ta-da! And I'm like, no, just say it fucking normally. Off you go. So, Luke, I'm really happy that you received this kind of compliment.
Luc, je suis vraiment heureux que tu as reçu ce genre.
Hey, notice what went wrong. It went here. So can you hear that straight away for a start, there's a non-vowel. There's a non-vowel. There's nothing coming forward. Also, it's here. A, like the letter A, like Captain America, A. Yeah. Well, je suis très content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment.
Luc, je suis vraiment content que tu
aies
reçu.
Oh, was fine as well. That was fine. You know, yeah.
Luc, je suis vraiment content que tu aies reçu ce genre de
ce genre. Now, you just did a spoonerism, which was you were swapping it around. So, ce genre de compliment.
Ce genre de compliment.
Tickle a baby or an animal for me. Steady on, Brendan. Don't get turned on. Just go for me. All of you, just go like do that little tickle noise. Now, your homework is that. No bullshit. That fast. Your consonants in French are not going to go anywhere outside of where your face is when you do that. Yeah. The difference being that you're going to be pushing on the chest. So your exercise is to go. Brendan's thinking. He's got his eyes going up in the air. Eyes on me, Brendan. And then the two together. Yeah, that's the sensation of speaking French quickly. So I would like, Luc, je suis content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment. Oh, Luc, non, je suis très content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment. Not that you're going to need it all the time, but that's how we get used to going at that speed. So try it, Tia, with roof of mouth down. Well, Luc, je suis très content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment. If you don't push on the chest, nothing happens.
Luc, je suis vraiment content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment.
Faster.
Je suis vraiment content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment.
You went to A. You slid. Faster. Ouais, je suis vraiment content. Oh, Luc, je suis vraiment content. It doesn't work unless you have a personality behind it. Oh, Luc, je suis vraiment content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment.
Luc, je suis vraiment content
Faster,
que
je suis vraiment content.
je suis vraiment content que tu aies reçu ce genre de compliment.
It's a skill to keep that work going, isn't it? Good. Brendan. Luke, you've already told me about it. I don't need to speak as quickly as that. I need to be able to understand. Yeah? Yeah. So save me. Luke, I'll feed it you. Luke, Luke, you've already told me about it. Luke, you've already told me about it. I can't hear you, man. I can't hear you, not by the mic.
I don't.
You vanished, Brendan. You vanished. I can't hear you on the microphone. Is it just me? Denise, can you hear him either?
I couldn't hear you, Brendan.
Yeah,
and there's
Brendan, it's not just
buzzing
my
in the
darling
back.
boy. Can you just try again? Just come close to the microphone. Have another go.
Luke, can you hear me?
That's lovely. Yep.
Wait.
So could you please say for me, Luke, you've already told me about it.
Luke, tu
Pause. Look at me.
m'as dit.
Stand still. What is the second word automatically going to be? After
Ah.
two, what's the automatic second word going to be?
Ah,
No. In my top 6 and bottom 6, where do pronouns go?
me.
Do you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
whatever you do, tu me blank, tu me blank, tu me blank, tu me blank, tu me auxiliary blank, tu me auxiliary blank, the pronoun is going to go there. So what's the second word? Automatically got to be. This is how your minds have got to think. Tu me, yeah.
Me.
Good. Then we're saying you told me, which is the past, about it. So have we now got an auxiliary?
Yes. Ah.
But we've also got you told me about it. So in other words, that is not going to be ignored. We now need another auxiliary. Shut up, do we have, heck Luke, we need another pronoun. So what's the about it thing that I need?
Le.
Brendan, to tell someone about something, what's the preposition about? Beginning with a D.
De. So on.
That's right. Because what colour is an expression that uses a de? Red, blue or green?
That's
Good man. And we don't use le in a red, do we? Can we be very clear? We can use en in a green. I buy it, je l'achète. I buy one of them. I buy some, j'en achète un, j'en achète. You know, you can use en in a green. Are we clear that you can do that? You can take an en into a normal verb arrangement, but you can't use le in the red. I need it. J'en ai besoin. Can't use le. Il me le faut. You can, because il me faut uses, you know, whatever. All right. So next thing, we've done this mistake before. When you say to tell someone about, you can't say dire de. You have to use which verb instead of dire? Beginning with a P.
Pose.
Is it pisser, poser, or parler?
Parler.
Yeah, you speak to someone about in French. You've spoken to me about that, is what you already say. So go again, say you already spoke to me about it.
Tu m'en as parlé.
Gorgeous work, lovely speed. Thank you for hanging on the vowels. Slip one in. Can you say you've already spoken to me about it? Slip a déjà in there.
Tu m'en as déjà parlé.
Lovely. When you slide to the next word, do still slide though. Don't go tu m'en as déjà parlé. Yeah, tu m'en as déjà parlé. Yeah, keep it smooth. Then by all means, say it at full speed. Oh oui, tu m'en as déjà parlé. Oui, tu m'en as déjà parlé. Go.
Tu m'en as déjà parlé.
That's it. That's it. Hanging out on the previous vowel, that's what we like. Well done, Brenda. I don't need to speak. No, say for me. You don't want me to speak at this speed. Say you don't want me to speak at this speed.
Tu me veux
I'm gonna lose my bloody patience with you lot on this. I don't want you. would be like, fine, that would be that, you know, je te veux pas, yeah? But I don't want you to speak is not the same arrangement, is it? Have another go, think.
To speak. I don't want you to speak. But it's not.
Say for me, I want you to do. Say, I want you to do.
I want to say je veux, but it's not
I
right,
want
obviously.
you to say je veux as well. Go, I want you to do.
Je veux que tu fasses.
Thank you. Up until this point, and if Melanie remembers what we're doing with avant and après, what do we ram when we've got a new subject pronoun coming in? That means a new person doing the verb. What word goes into places, Brendan?
Que.
Thank you. Je veux que, or any verb que, doesn't always mean a subjunctive with a que. If that's what it fucking meant, no. I think that je pense que, not always subjunctive, yeah? Not in French. I've told you this before in Italian. Every time you say think, congiuntivo, like the subjunctive, it's like, I think you're handsome. Well, it just loses the power because it's like, it's not ever going to be like, yeah. So, but French is kind of nice. But generally, I want you to do some shit. I want that you do. Do you remember our basic bell end week when we first learnt the subjunctive, which was week 3? It should have been 3 under normal people, but with you guys it was 4 because we've done a lot of voice work. So basically we said things like, she wants me to come, she wants that I come. Do you remember doing all of that shit? Yes? Really? Do you? I wouldn't nod your head. I'd be embarrassed to nod my head if I were you, because you just fucking forgotten it. So say for me, I want you to understand. I want you to understand. Fuck the negative for the moment. I want you to understand.
Je veux que tu comprennes.
Don't, that was nice. The vowels are in place, but don't give me fum 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 fum. If music be the food of love, play on. Up you go.
Je veux que tu comprennes.
That's so much better. Now say, I don't want you to speak as quickly as that. Slide slowly through the new material.
Je veux que...
I don't want. This first clause is negative.
Je ne veux pas que tu parles assez vite que ça.
Get your ass back on pal and do not come off a word until you've got somewhere to go to. Sit your ass on pal. How much of pal, Bren, can you say until you can think of the next word? How much of pal are you allowed to say until you can think of the next word? That's exactly right. Because we're big boys and we don't go parle, do we? So, je ne veux pas que tu parles, and then you consonant cluster. You clean on what I mean by that, yeah? You know what I mean by that. The le bit into the next bit. As quickly as that. We've done this expression to death. I'm so bored. What's as quickly as? Yes.
Aussi vite que...
Good. Lovely.
Ça, aussi vite
We've
que ça.
done this word aussi here because we've spoken about how you use it in a sneaky way when you say so. I didn't know you were so. Brendan, how tall are you? 5'10" or something?
Oh, yes.
Lukey can read a man. You didn't know what powers I had, you lot, did you? You have no fucking idea the extent of my abilities. Up you go. So you're like, how the fuck does he know that? Do you know one of the first things people always say to me? I'm 6'1", and when the first things people, I wish I was 6 foot, actually 5'12", 5'11". Sorry, I'd be happy with 5'11". I wish I was a bit shorter I wished I was a bit shorter for riding and dancing, but I don't need to do either of those now because I'm a flid, so it doesn't matter. But what was I going to say? And people, when they meet me who've done private lessons or whatever, and then they come to an event in London or France, and they go, "Oh my God, you're really tall." Because I don't know what it is. They think I'm going to be some little pixie little French person or something like that. And then, "Oh my God, you're really tall." And I'm like, why wouldn't I be? I don't know. It's just it's absolutely categorically the thing they all say. And the other thing they all say, which I find hilarious, is they all go, "Oh, you smell really nice." And they mean, "Oh, I really like your aftershave," because I have like a really distinct aftershave that I wear. I wear Acqua di Gio. And they're like, they're like, oh, that smells really nice. But it's not that they mean we didn't think you'd smell nice. We thought you'd smell like shit. It's just they're not used to, their brains aren't used to getting smell as a sense with me. They get visual, they get the listening, obviously. Do you know what I mean? So they're a bit weirded out when they're like, oh, you have a smell. Do you know what I mean? That's the other. I'm like, but yeah, good. So we've spoken about so, haven't we? Denise, I didn't know your house was so pretty, or I didn't know you had so many clothes, meaning as pretty as that, or as many clothes as that, which is when we would need to segue to autant de vêtements or aussi plus adjective. Yes. So say to me, Brendan, one more time. I don't want you to speak as quickly as that.
Je veux pas que tu parles aussi vite que ça.
Good. Melanie, take over. I want you to understand people when they speak as quickly as that. I want you to understand people when they speak as quickly as that.
J'ai vu que tu
Je veux.
comprennes les...
One of the reasons
veux.
Luke drags your ass forward is because air feels the same. And when it comes forward, it's like, where's the vowel? Is it je vis, je vu, je vois, je veux?
Je veux.
I can't hear it. Send it forward on the proper vowel.
Je veux.
That's it. Je veux. Same vowel twice. Vie is a word in French. They is a word in French. Va is a word in French. Vous is a word in French. Vous is a word in French. Yeah? Vos is a word in French. 2 words in French, yeah? 3 words in French. Yeah, so, you know, yeah. So, je veux, I want you to understand people when they speak as quickly as that, go.
Okay. Je veux que tu comprennes les gens quand ils parlent aussi
Quand
vite que
ils
ça.
parlent, quand ils parlent.
Quand ils parlent aussi vite que ça.
Good. Aussi vite rather than aussi vite, yeah, good. Lovely. By definition, you'll notice that I'm saying when they speak in the present there. If your when was in the future, like in the future, rather than when generally they speak as quickly as that, you can go into the future after a when. But on this occasion, it's just generally. Alors oui, alors je veux que tu comprennes les gens quand ils parlent aussi vite que ça. Close your mouth down. Je veux que tu comprennes les gens. Je veux que tu comprennes les gens. Je veux que tu comprennes les gens. Do me the tickle noise, Melanie. Good. The muscles I'm trying to get you to push forward with. Je veux que tu comprennes les gens. Je veux que tu comprennes les gens.
Je veux que tu...
Yes, now that was fucking marvelous. Now that you did really, really well. And what happened was you were like, damn, I'm far forward in the sentence. I wasn't planning on being here. And then your brain was like, what am I going to do now? So all that happened there is that you were like, whoosh, oh my God, I went in for a little paddle and suddenly I'm halfway across to Jersey. Americans, that's the island, one of the islands between France and England. There's a really fabulous story. It's not fabulous. The war was shit. And what Germany did was dickheadish. But basically, in the war, there was some Channel Islanders that tried to swim to the UK from, I think it was at Jersey or Guernsey. I think it was Jersey. And for some reason, I don't know what went wrong, but they wound up on the French coast, occupied France, rather than kind of like back in England. And they were like, oh, shit. Good. There's another book, Thinking of Islands. Has anybody read that book called The Island, about the leper colony? That's a really, really good book. Yeah, it's really touching, but like it's not as depressing as it sounds. It's like what's the name? It's not a depressing book. It's a fiction. I mean, based on a true story, but it's a really good book. The Island. Google, Amazon it. It's really, really nice. Good. I'm going to whack something in the oven. I shall be right back. Talk amongst yourselves, ideally in French, but ideally what I'd rather you do is go sentence in English, sentence in French, sentence in English, sentence in French, like the same sentence, so that the person you know, whatever. You know, good. Have a little chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. I can't hear you speaking.
Hello, everybody. Salut à tous.
Speak.
Has anyone got any news? Quoi de neuf? Est-ce qu'il y a personne avec des nouvelles?
How about you, Brendan? Do you have any news? Et toi, Brendan, est-ce que tu as des nouvelles?
Not really. This week I've been doing mostly gardening, and I've planted a new allotment. Pas vraiment, c'est seulement j'ai fait la plupart des choses que je fais et les jardiner. J'ai fait une pièce de terre pour planter les légumes et j'ai planté les fraises et les tomates et peut-être somebody told me it's a little bit early for tomatoes, but I thought I'd risk it. Personne m'a dit c'est plus tôt pour planter les tomates, mais je pense que ça vaut la peine.
Brendan, it's very interesting. When you are speaking from your own thoughts, you speak very, very fluidly, very with your mouth closed and your vowels and everything absolutely wonderful. Je pense que c'était très intéressant quand tu parles de son cerveau. Tu parles très légèrement et ces voyelles sont très, très belles.
Well, I hope that's true. J'espère que ça c'est vrai.
Oui.
I was speaking with my neighbours who are French, and they're always taking an interest in how many trees we cut down and what other things we do, because we cut down 30 trees this year, so it's a great massacre that we've had of trees. Unfortunately, they all had to go because they were of danger to the roadside. J'ai parlé avec mes voisins et il m'a dit les voisins toujours faire son attention à ce que je veux, ce que j'ai fait, parce que j'ai coupé 30 arbres cette année. C'est nécessaire parce que les arbres sont presque morts et il y a un danger de tomber sur la route. Oui, ça c'est nécessaire pour ça. But I mean, it wasn't just Dad. It wasn't me that actually cut them. We did actually get some professionals in to do that, and they said, "Oh, they have to go, and we're coming down soon. This is going to fall, and this building that's going to fall on the road." And we have so many trees just align the road. Unfortunately, there are some that don't belong to us. They belong to the what would you say? The local authority, the commune. But we can't touch them, so we've informed them that they're of danger. Il y a certains arbres along à côté de la rue qui appartient aux communes et nous avons parlé avec la commune et on a dit ces arbres sont en danger de tomber dans la rue et oui.
Oui. Tout le monde, Mélanie et Tia, penses-tu que Brendan parle très très bien quand il parle de son cerveau au lieu de faire les traductions. Je pense que c'est difficile de faire des traductions de quelqu'un, une autre personne.
I agree with you, Denise. Je suis d'accord avec toi, Denise.
Oui.
Tu parles très bien quand tu parles tes propres pensées,
Oui.
je trouve, oui.
Absolutely.
Merci.
Oui.
Wow.
Right, we're back. Let's carry on with the conversation. Same line in English, line in French, line in English, line in French. Who's currently speaking to each other?
They were just saying that they thought, I think Tia and Denise were saying
No. I
that-
don't want to know that. Answer my question. Who was currently speaking to each other? Which two people?
3.
Denise and Tia.
All right, let's make it 2. Brendan, speak to Denise about any topic of your choice. Go. English, French, go.
A topic of my choice. Could you?
Look. We're in a cafe. We're about to go on a French trip. We're sat in the Eurostar lounge. You know, we speak. When I ask people to speak, there's an absolutely wonderful guy who teaches dance called Phil. And if there's any form of a step where it's almost like a walk and then a leap and then a kick or whatever, he's like, you walked to class. So why in class are you now like, you can't walk? Like, just walk. So just talk. You're sat at a table making conversation with Denise. Talk. Just say something. Go.
Denise, I'm not the best at making conversation. I've always struggled with it.
Good. Translate.
Denise, j'ai du mal à parler, à faire la conversation.
Good. So I'd have said, I'd have done that bit later on, but that was lovely. So, je suis pas la meilleure personne pour la conversation. J'ai toujours eu du mal. I've always had difficulty. J'ai toujours eu du mal.
What was the second
word?
J'ai
toujours eu. You should have heard it. Oh, it was said in French. J'ai toujours eu du mal.
J'ai toujours eu du mal.
Du mal.
J'ai toujours eu du mal.
Why are you disappearing on the U? J'ai toujours eu du mal.
J'ai toujours eu du mal.
Du mal. Come on, you're the one that did the expression, not me. What is it before the mal? Which word goes before the mal?
J'ai toujours.
I'm bored. What is I have difficulty? J'ai blank mal. What word goes there?
U.
No. I have difficulty. J'ai blank mal. What word is it? J'ai
Du.
Thank you. Du mal. Lovely. Go again. J'ai toujours eu du mal.
J'ai toujours eu du mal.
Why is that weirding you out? Because none of you do a feckin' bit of practice when it comes to top 6 and bottom 6. J'ai du mal, j'avais du mal, j'aurais du mal, j'aurais du mal. Il est intéressant que j'ai du mal subjunctive. Let's do 2, because je doesn't sound very different for anybody. Tu as du mal, tu avais du mal, tu auras du mal, tu aurais du mal. Il est intéressant que tu aies du mal, coming at you, Tia. Avant d'avoir du mal. Brendan, those top 6 back at me.
Tu as du mal.
Listen to me, you disgust me. What are my tense systems? Don't piss me off, people. I work really bloody hard. We've been over this. What are my tense systems? What's it called, Brendan? Present?
Present was, will, would, subjunctive, infinitive.
Good. So before we go any further, just literally say you and then the verb to have in those tenses. Go.
Tu as, tu avais, tu auras, tu aurais.
Good boy.
C'est on se sent que tu es.
Good. And then avant
d'avoir.
Good. Now go the fuck again and put du mal on the end of it and stop being a big baby.
Tu as dû mal.
What have I told you to put on the end of it? Du mal.
Oui, tu as du mal. Tu avais du mal, tu auras du mal, tu aurais du mal. C'est je sens que tu aies du mal. Avant d'avoir du mal.
I should bloody well hope so. Tia, take over on the bottom line now. What does the bottom line have? Tia, what does the bottom line have?
Auxiliaries.
Off you go.
Tu as eu du mal, tu avais eu du mal, tu auras eu du mal, tu aurais eu du mal. C'est intéressant que tu aies eu du mal après.
Go on.
Après avoir eu du.
Why are we messing up the last words?
Après avoir eu du mal.
Lovely. Do we understand that the preposition, shut up, Luke, the participle eu is going to be in all 6 on the bottom line? Do we all understand that? Yes? So, Brendan, you had difficulty. Tu as eu du mal. So say to me, I have had difficulty. J'ai eu du mal.
J'ai eu du mal.
Now, I've always had difficulty. J'ai toujours eu du mal.
J'ai toujours eu du mal.
Nice. Du mal, not de mal, or I'll come and find you. Du mal, Bren, not de mal. J'ai toujours eu du mal. Come on, come on. I've told you this. This is the 9th time I've told you this now. Don't fucking take the piss.
J'ai toujours.
I know this hasn't gone in your dark, bloody skull. Say for me, I have had.
J'ai eu.
Now say, I have always had.
J'ai eu toujours. J'ai toujours eu. J'ai toujours
now
eu.
Put some badness, some difficulty on the end of that.
J'ai toujours eu du mal.
Good, I'm going to double this class price. Christ almighty, j'ai toujours eu du mal. So if you'd said, oh, you know, I'm not the best person for conversation, and then if you just said the du mal stuff without saying an infinitive, we know what you're referring to. Yeah, you don't always have to say a plus infinitive if we know what you're referring to. Yeah, okay. So if you say ma mère va pas pouvoir venir en chaise roulante, my mom's she's not going to be able to come here in a wheelchair. Elle va avoir du mal, she's going to have difficulty, that's fine. Yeah, you don't need to elle va avoir du mal à venir ici because we know what it's referring to. Good. Denise, what would you say back to that? If I were Denise right now, I'd say, yes, Brendan, and I agree that you never speak again. But Denise is probably, you know, not as jaded as I am about teaching j'ai du mal. So what would you say back to that comment, Denise, in English?
I think that, Brendan, the way you were speaking a few minutes ago from your own thoughts, you were speaking incredibly well.
Good, lovely, nice sentence. I think the way you were speaking, the way, am I strong enough? Just have a quiet moment of prayer before we begin this one. Right, I think that the way you were speaking a few minutes ago from your own thoughts was fabulous, was lovely, whatever you want to say. Off you go.
Brendan, je pense que la façon dont tu parlais il y a quelques minutes était merveilleuse.
Hallelujah. La façon dont plus verbe de façon ou manière. Lovely. Good. Je pense que la façon dont tu as parlé tout à l'heure, il y a quelques minutes, avec tes what's with your own thoughts, avec tes propres.
Avec tes propres pensées.
Lovely. But why are we downloading an Amstrad computer from the 80s? Avec tes propres pensées.
Avec tes propres pensées.
Good. If you want to give interest to this sentence, Denise, do it with the melody. Don't do it with the speed. Don't get avec tes propres pensées. Avec tes propres pensées. Lovely. Good. Brendan, something back to that.
Thank you very much. I hope that's true.
Translate.
Merci.
Pronounce the word thank you properly.
Merci beaucoup.
Pronounce the word thank you properly. I've spoken to you today about ER.
Merci.
Good boy. Must I? We joke. But seriously, Corrections. Off you go.
Merci beaucoup pour dire ça.
Stand still. I'm going to come at you, and I'm going to come at you hard because we've bloody done this, mister. Merci with a verb. Pour or de after it.
De.
Merci for something that has taken place. Is it top line infinitive or bottom line infinitive?
Top line.
Fuck off. We have done the example where I say time after time, you guys come to my house and I say, thank you for taking your shoes off. Have I given you that example every time?
Yes.
And
yes,
when I say thank you for something that hasn't yet happened, it also takes on the role of a please. So that will be your pissing top line. So we've done this work. Go over these classes. We've done this one about 7 or 8 times, Bren. So merci with the de needs what after it if you're thanking somebody for something that's already happened. Are we top line auxiliary or auxiliary on the infinitive, Bren?
Auxiliary on the infinitive.
Off you go. I shouldn't work this hard, not this week. I've got a tough week ahead of me. Off you go.
Merci de m'avoir.
You pronounce merci properly, or I will literally, through means foul and fair, acquire ownership of everything you own.
Merci d'avoir dit ça.
What form of a word is going to come after an auxiliary? Is it A, you are a northern shit for brains, B, you are a northern shit for brains, or is it C, a past participle?
Past participle.
There you go. Off you go, my love. But you take my point. When just a moment ago I made Tia do j'ai eu, j'avais eu, sorry, tu as eu, tu auras eu, what did they all share on the bottom, Bren? They all shared the shut up, Luke. They all shared the past participle, didn't they? Including, which even weirded Tia out a bit, après avoir eu. Oh gosh, yes, they all have the same past participle. Yes?
Yes.
Off you go then. So thank you for having said that. No, let's not even put the it in it first. Let's just say merci off you go.
Merci de m'avoir dit ça.
Merci de m'avoir
dit ça. Pardon.
Or merci de me l'avoir dit. We could get the ça in as a le, couldn't we? Off you go. Merci de me l'avoir dit.
Merci de me l'avoir dit.
Now, you go to dire one more time. I shall choose a bollock, your favourite one, and I shall remove it with secateurs. Off you go. Merci de me l'avoir dit.
Merci de me l'avoir dit.
Now, close your mouth and get some form of a pattern through it. Merci de m'avoir. Merci. Sorry, I thought I was setting the so from far. No, that's a bit worrying. Merci de me l'avoir dit. Well, merci de me l'avoir dit. Merci de me l'avoir dit.
Merci de me l'avoir dit.
Or just say to me, je te remercie. The language I just spoke to him was French. I strongly recommend that if you have to keep asking me to repeat it, it's because you're not doing enough work with your mouth closed and focusing on your vowels. I shouldn't have to repeat that language. The language I just spoke to in French, it's a language you speak and it's a country you live in. Copy me, you get one more go. Je te remercie.
Je te remercie.
Je te remercie. Listen to the vowels. Did I go to on? Did I go to Where did my vibration go? Je te remercie.
Je te remercie.
Thank you. I'm not being a meanie, but do you understand what language did I just speak to you in?
French.
What language, what speed did I speak to you in? Normal. Native. Do you see why Lukey needs you to do these vowel things now? You're like, oh, the pissing gay in London's getting on my tits. He's not getting on your tits. He's trying to champion you getting what you want. If you don't do this, you won't get it. Do you understand? Close your palate down, having been scared how I said it. Now say for me, as I've been making you all go faster, say for me, je te remercie.
Je te remercie.
You're speaking it still. Close your mouth still. Do the tickle of the baby. Go on. Brandon, I'm tickling your feet. Get that. Right, now say, je te remercie. Je te remercie.
Je te remercie.
That's it, my friend. And the only reason you can't get out is because you're not pushing on the chest enough. Good. Let's swap to Tia and Melanie. Open the conversation. Oh, I'm just going to go and check on my pizza. It's exciting. I also need to put some I've got underwear. I need to put some trousers on because, Brendan, do you remember that advert in the 80s where the guy, Nick, whatever his name was, he got undressed in front of the
the Levi.
The Levi guy. I was just getting undressed. I was like, there's some toothpaste on these black sweatpants. Oh well, they can go in. And then I was like, Luke, you kind of, kind of like, without pants. So I'll just put some pants on, go and check on the pizza. I'll be right back. Work out a theme between you. How's about you, so Tia and Melanie, prep a conversation, ready, get it ready for me. We're going to go line, 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 line. How's that for an idea? I'll be right back. Good. And I'm obviously going to get you to say it at my speed. I'll be right back. All right, up you go.
Just so you know, I have to leave in like probably less
I
than
can
10
hear an
minutes.
excuse a mile off, Melanie.
Juste que tu saches, je dois quitter l'appel dans 10 minutes.
Mélanie, je ne t'entends pas. Qu'est-ce que tu as dit? Tu dois...
Je dois quitter l'appel dans 10 minutes.
Ah, 10 minutes, d'accord.
Oui. Parce que j'ai une réunion après notre cours.
D'accord. Melanie, you were telling us a couple of weeks ago that you were organizing a conference. What kind of conference was it? Melanie... Ah, d'accord.
Oh no, yeah.
Ah, j'essaie de traduire. Mélanie, tu nous as dit il y a quelques semaines que tu organisais une conférence. C'était quel type de conférence?
The conference that I'm organizing is on sustainable finance, which I don't know if I know how to say that in French. La conférence que j'organise est à propos de la finance verte, peut-être.
It sounds really complicated. I'm zero in business.
Right, let's come back. Lovely. So start. Whoever wants to start. This is what's known as Lukey's pizza sandwich. So you take a gluten-free piece of shit pizza, dairy-free as well. It's utterly vile, Brendan, utterly vile. And then you cover it in a shed load of salad because Lukey likes vitamins. And then you fold it and you literally make like a cheap-ass kebab out of gluten-free pizza. And I had some mackerel for oils, so I don't look quite as aged. Off we go. So I'm going to eat this like a pig. And you're going to start your conversation. Up you go. One line English, one line French, one line English, one line French. Whatever you prepared, off you go.
Melanie, you were telling us a couple of weeks ago that you were organizing a conference. What kind of conference was it?
Good. Translate.
Hang
on. Tia, why would you say it in English and not in French? We're a French class. Now let me hear you say that in French, Tia.
Mélanie, tu nous as dit il y a quelques semaines que tu organisais une conférence. C'était quel type de conférence?
Good. Or c'était quoi comme conférence? Notice this little method, guys. It was what as conference. Denise, what do you do as a job? Qu'est-ce que tu fais comme travail? Brendan, what flavor do you want? Qu'est-ce que tu veux comme parfum? Yeah, so just be aware of that method as well. C'était quoi comme conférence? Or c'était quelle sorte de... Oh, fine, quel était le thème de la conférence? Fine. But yeah, good, lovely. Melanie, over to you in the English.
Tia, thanks for asking. I'm organizing a conference on sustainable finance. Tia, merci pour...
Thanks for asking. It was a gift. Pardon me, my mouthful. A gift to me that you that you've just said this answer. Up you go. Thank you for asking.
Merci pour la question.
I really try not to be a major clit, but for the love of God, what did I just go over with the word thank you? What did I just go over with the word thank you, Melanie?
Je te remercie.
No, that was a second choice. What did I go over with the word thank you? Which comes after merci with a verb? Merci pour or merci de?
Merci de.
Thank you. And are we talking about something in the past or something in the French? You know.
Past.
Yeah, so merci. So thanks for asking.
La question.
Merci d'avoir posé la question.
Merci de m'avoir posé la question.
La question ou la question?
La question.
Merci de m'avoir posé la question. Merci de m'avoir posé la question. Merci de m'avoir posé la question. No, merci de m'avoir. Quick on the teeth, guys. You've got to be quicker now. Merci de m'avoir
posé la question.
That's it, Melanie. Yeah.
Okay. La conférence que j'organise est à propos des finances vertes.
What word did you use after finance?
Verte.
Yes, you can, or durable. We also use durable as well.
Finance durable.
Or viable, viable. We use viable. Yeah. Good, lovely. Tia. English.
It sounds really complicated. I'm a 0 in everything which concerns economics.
Good.
Il me semble très compliqué. Je suis nulle en tout ça qui concerne l'économie.
Pardon me. Il me semble, ou ça paraît très compliqué. Ça paraît très compliqué.
Ça paraît très compliqué.
Good listening. Ça a l'air très compliqué.
Ça a l'air très compliqué.
While we've stopped, does anybody know the special grammar rule about the word l'air? Here's your clue, gender. Tia, save me, Brendan seems happy, and use heureux or heureuse. And l'air. So Brendan seems happy.
Brendan a l'air heureux.
Good. Save me, Melanie seems happy. Well, not that we can see her, but I forget. Melanie seems happy. That's why she seems happy. We can't see her. Melanie seems happy.
Mélanie a l'air heureuse.
Good. What do we do with air? The gender of the thing. Nothing to do with the gender of the word air. Yeah. Yeah. The thing takes on the gender, weirdly. All right? Brendan, you look very interested about what I've just said. But I thought that was a bit of fun. Good. So, I would say don't use pareil too little. Use pareil a bit more. Oui, ça paraît très intéressant. Je suis nul. Nice choice. Or j'y connais rien. I there know nothing. Way, or what's the slang for nothing, Tia? The slang for nothing.
Sign.
Que dalle.
Que dalle.
Brendan, have you heard that living in France yet? Que dalle is to nothing what boulot is to work. Lukey, what have you eaten today? Nothing. Never will I say that sentence. So just let's make that quite clear. If we get a Besançon off the ground this year, you'll be like, how much fucking food is in his backpack? More now since this medication disaster, but anyway, like always, I've obviously eaten a great amount. So say for me, say T, so you've done nothing, mais t'as fait rien. So sorry, t'as rien fait, c'est t'as rien fait.
T'as rien fait.
Mais t'as fait que dalle.
Tu fais que dalle.
Good. Pardon me. Melanie, go when you need to go, my darling. Sorry. So she's just said, oh, I don't know anything about that. What would you say? Oh, it's really boring, or oh, it's really valid. I feel like I'm part of something important for the future, or it doesn't matter. Russia's going to blow us up anyway, so whatever. But at least I had to go for a while.
Okay.
Say whatever you're going to say. Say whatever you're going to say. Say whatever you're going to say.
Yeah, it's a little boring.
No, it's not. Don't put your own work down.
Mais je dois quitter l'appel maintenant.
Good.
Désolée.
The role of Melanie in all future seasons of our soap opera, What the Fuck Are They Saying?, will be played by a young actress known as Brendan Armstrong. Brendan will take on the role of Melanie. It's a very, very, very similar facial type. Off you go. Brendan, you're going to take on the role of Melanie. So basically, Denise has just said, oh, I don't really know. Tia has just said, I don't really know anything about that. So what are you going to say? Taking the role of Melanie, role play. I'm sure it ain't the first time, Brendan. I need you to role play. So what would you say? What would Melanie say?
Oh, it's very important, but very complicated to explain.
Nice. Shall we ask Brendan why you're more comfortable playing the role of Melanie than you are playing the role of Brendan?
Because I can make it up.
On weekends, your name is? Off you go. Good for you. Off you go. It's very important but complicated to explain.
Oui, c'est très important, mais très compliqué de donner une explication.
Don't make that kind of vowel error. When I'm eating, I will choke and die. What is the pronunciation of the word important?
Important.
Thank you. Good. It's complicated to explain.
C'est compliqué de...
I just knew. Let me have this one mouthful. I need to bring peace to the Force. My Jedi mind can't cope with what you've just said. I'm about to become a Sith fucking Lord. We have explained this rule many times. When we put a de or an a before an infinitive, there's often a nice little trick, isn't there? You won't say yes, because if you knew it, you wouldn't have just done what you've just done. The example I always teach with is a good French teacher is hard to find. It's hard to find a good French teacher. In the sentence, it's hard to find a good French teacher. Brendan, what's the infinitive?
To find.
And what is being found?
A good French teacher.
And in the sentence, has the thing that's been found gone after or before said infinitive?
After.
So therefore, this is a really dumb thing. Does de, did you do the alphabet in the north? Did you do the alphabet in the north? I think you might have done. Does de or a, which comes first in the alphabet?
Does de a.
So de will go before an infinitive. If after said infinitive, you have the thing that you're talking about. In the sentence, a good French teacher is difficult to find. What's the infinitive?
To find.
Lovely. Hang on. Shit. We're about to lose power. Ah! A good French teacher is difficult to find. Good. What is difficult to find?
Good French teacher.
And has that gone before or after? Has that gone before or after the infinitive?
It's gone before.
So do I want an a or a de?
Ah.
Un bon prof de français est difficile à trouver. Il est difficile de trouver un bon prof de français. So it's complicated to explain. Whatever c'est compliqué à expliquer. It's complicated to explain what she does. Il est compliqué d'expliquer ce qu'elle fait. Do you get what I'm on about with the at and the de, yes?
Yeah.
Good. Lovely. Lovely. What would you say back to that, Tia?
How long have you been working in this domain?
Oh dear, Lukey does love you. You do naturally provide the nicest grammatical challenge. How long have you been working? Translation?
Ça fait combien de temps que tu travailles dans ce
Good.
domaine?
Are we all clear that we're going to use the present to talk about something that is still going on? Yes, Denise? Yes, Brendan?
Mm-hmm.
Denise, give me the alternative. Instead of saying ça fait combien de temps que tu travailles, what else could we have said?
Depuis combien de
That's
temps?
it. Tu travailles depuis combien de temps? That's exactly right. Good. Lovely. Now let's do Brendan as Brendan and Denise as Denise. Lovely. Denise, ask Brendan some questions. Private, personal, and deeply revealing. Off you
Brendan, 30 trees is a lot to tear down. You must have a large property.
Who's tearing down trees?
Sorry.
This was advice from the tree surgeons.
A French tree surgeon who's got a financial interest.
Well, he's actually British, but he worked for the Foreign Legion, so he's got French nationality.
Never trust anyone that went to the French Foreign Legion. A, they get a new identity. B, they often go to escape a relationship. And C, you can't trace them for love nor fucking money. I used to hang around in youth hostels when I was at ballet school. And this is a while ago when I had a girlfriend. And there'd be loads of French Foreign Legion lads. And they'd come in, they'd buy a shitload of clothes on the Champs-Elysees. They'd go out all weekend. We'd often go out with them. And then I'd win the clothes because they had to get rid of them and then go back to the base. Don't trust anyone that was in the Foreign Legion. La Légende. Send me, my brother's a tree surgeon. Send me a picture of them all. We don't cut down trees unnecessarily. We're going to have another conversation. We're not going to talk about cutting down trees. It upsets me no end. You don't understand what a tree hugger I am. I'm an insane tree hugger. Ask him something more personal, Denise, about his personal life. Ask him something more like, you know, what was school like, or which teacher did you fancy, or, you know, how many people have you had professionally killed? Ask him something personal. I know, I'll ask you all some questions and we'll finish with that. I will be the interviewer. Brendan, when did you know that your other half was the one? Yeah? When did you know that your other half was the one? Don't say, I still don't know. Quand est-ce que tu savais que tu étais vraiment amoureux? Quand est-ce que tu savais que tu étais vraiment amoureux?
I knew he was the one when I stayed over with the night with him.
Was that the first time you met?
No,
yes,
it wasn't.
It was, Brendan, don't.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first time.
My friends John, Louis and Vero, she worked with his mum for ages and ages and ages, and she kept saying, oh, you should go out with my son. Oh, you should go out with my son, because she's moaning about her love life. I know them from my charity work at Great Ormond Street. That shocks a lot of people, but yeah. She went out for a drink with him. She went back to his house. No, he went back to her house. He never left. Lovely, lovely. 20 years later. Good. So say for me, I knew he was the one when I spent the night the first time. Now, say for me, I knew I was in love, because that's the phrase I gave you. Yeah. So, quand est-ce que tu savais que tu étais amoureux? I knew I was in love when I spent the night for the first time.
Je savais que j'ai tombé amoureux. Non.
J'ai tombé?
Oh oui, je savais, je suis tombé.
Je savais que je suis tombé.
Je suis tombé amoureux.
Amoureux.
Amoureux, pardon.
Now, I don't mean to be rude, but what is the number one thing all three of you need to do when you're having a conversation with a French speaker? Listen to the damn question, because the chances are you have to repeat half of it. Quand est-ce que tu savais que tu étais amoureux? What tense is étais amoureux in Bren?
Étais amoureux is imparfait. Imperfect.
So you're going to use étais amoureux in your answer, aren't you? Je savais que j'étais amoureux. Do you see how easy it is? Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. Say to me when I stayed the night the first time.
Quand je restais la nuit.
J'ai passé la nuit.
Quand j'ai passé la nuit la première fois.
Good, because he gave you a hug and not just played with you like the other slags you used to hang around with. I can imagine it, Brendan. Good.
Yeah,
you went up in the world. Good man. Good. How long have you been together? Ça fait, I strongly recommend that you listen to the question. You're going to need it in the answer. Ça fait combien de temps que vous êtes ensemble? Et ça fait combien de temps que vous habitez ensemble?
On a...
Man, you're missing a very obvious trick. What's the opposite of a je in a question? It is a
tu.
Nice vowel. Denise, what is the opposite in a question of a nous? It is a
vous, tu, vous.
A vous. I warned you about paying attention to the beginning questions. So, Brendan, if I say, ça fait combien de temps que vous êtes ensemble? And as you know, I wouldn't vous voir you. I wouldn't vous voir you. So clearly, we're all together in Besançon. Someone's talking to you. They've told you that you can use tu. You're tutoying them. All of a sudden, et vous êtes là depuis quand? The answer is going to have to be, nous sommes là depuis. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah?
Mm.
Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? Be comfortable going nous, vous. Yeah. Also, verbs-wise, it's really nice because je, tu verbs are very similar. And nous and vous verbs are very similar, aren't they? Tu conduis? Oui, je conduis. Vous conduisez? Oui, nous conduisons. Do you see what I'm saying? It's quite a nice little trick, isn't it? So match the tense and swap the person. Have you got that down? Match the tense of the question in the answer. Swap the person and try and steal as many words as you can from the question into your answer. This is covered in the how to pimp your oral exam video. Yeah? So if the question is like, ça fait combien de temps que tu étudies le français? You can say, j'étudie le français depuis 3 ans rather than 3 ans or something like that. Yeah. So I shall ask again, Brendan, you're going to do those things. Ça fait combien de temps que vous êtes ensemble? Et ça fait combien de temps que vous habitez ensemble?
Nous étions ensemble.
Nous êtes?
Oh, pardon, nous sommes ensemble. Nous sommes ensemble depuis 2000.
Now you can say that, or you know, vous êtes ensemble depuis combien de temps? Or depuis quand was my question, wasn't it? So you can either go with nous sommes ensemble depuis whatever years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What year in English did you get together with your partner?
1998.
Good. I don't like saying partner. Are you married?
Wait, not on video.
No, that's fine. No, we're partner. Fine. Cool. It's completely cool. I don't mean you love him any less, and it's completely a personal decision. I just don't like saying partner if it's someone's husband. Good. So, in other words, you could say oui. Alors je suis avec lui depuis whatever the date, or depuis whatever on. All right. Good. Good. Tia, have you ever lived abroad? Est-ce que tu as jamais habité à l'étranger? English first.
Yes, twice.
So pause. What is Lukey trying to get you to do with your questions and your answers to make them better? Use as many words from the question as you can. Yes, I've lived abroad. Do you see what I'm saying? You could quite. Where do you live? London. Whereabouts? West Hampstead. How old are you? 45. You know. There you go. That's all you need to know about Luke. Where do you live? I live in London. Whereabouts? I live in a suburb called West Hampstead. How old are you? Not long ago I turned 45. It just basically is a little bit less. Blah, 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 blah. All right, good. So yeah. So have you ever wanted to? Have you ever lived abroad? Est-ce que tu as jamais? Tense. What tense are we in? Est-ce que tu as jamais habité à l'étranger? What's the answer in English?
Yes, I have lived abroad twice, and actually I'm living abroad right now.
Lovely. Off you go.
Oui, j'ai habité à l'étranger.
Allez what? What does Lukey tell you to do with the question? Listen. Est-ce que tu as... I'm sorry, I've got pizza on my face. Est-ce que tu as jamais habité à l'étranger? Just acknowledge that most other European languages prefer the feminine sounding words because they have hard endings. L'étrangère. Yep. À l'étranger. Oui, Luc, j'ai habité à l'étranger 2 fois. And I said to me, I'm living abroad now.
Oui, Luc, j'ai habité à l'étranger 2 fois et en fait, j'habite à l'étranger maintenant.
Nice. Do the tickle teeth. allow me to use this pizza as a prop. This is really fucking disgusting what I'm about to do, but it's so socially important. I'm really telling you to bring your mouth into this position and to sing the French through the chest. This is rank what I'm about to do. Right. This is, so, hi Bren, how are you? Give us a hug. If I was naturally speaking to Brendan, I wouldn't be quite so articulate. I wouldn't be enunciating in the same way. It's obviously because I'm teaching. And when I swear at Brendan, I like him to hear. I can't deny I have to do it a bit more than I like because you bitches don't listen. Let's be frank. But I meet any one of you. Oh, Denise is in London. Oh, hi, Denise. Give us a hug. Do you want to go for a drink, my darling? Like allowing for the fact that obviously Denise is fairly well acquainted with my accent and British accents in general. I dare say with Brendan, A, because he's male, and B, because he's British, I'd possibly go even more like myself. You're right, Brendan, should we go for a pint? But generally, do you acknowledge that that's where our English would sit? Yeah. So your French needs to be loose to the point that it's sloppier than what you would say to a loved one in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, Brendan, you wouldn't go, I am going for a pee. Do you need anything from the kitchen? Would you? Yeah, I'm going to the loo. Do you want anything from downstairs? Do you know what I'm saying? So your French needs to be in that position. Spot food. This is horrible. I apologise. If I spoke French the way I speak English, so my name is I'm talking my which is why in English we don't like to talk with our mouth full, and when we do, we kind of speak in a way that we wouldn't normally speak because it's socially whatever. I don't care. I've been teaching since 11 a.m. this morning and it's now 7:15, so I eat when I can eat. I had to make peace with that years ago. Watch French. Watch how efficient it is. I can speak, I can eat, I can send the vibration forward. Oui, alors effectivement, français, tu vois, ça m'empêche pas de parler. Regarde toute la bouffe que j'ai là, quoi. Tu vois, je peux parler facilement, quoi. Tu vois, c'est pas hyper impoli. Si tu vas quand même aider un tout petit peu de temps en temps, mais pas trop. Voilà, donc oui, alors effectivement, Brendan, je te disais, tu m'as parlé de ton mec. Ton mec, alors, tu m'as pas dit son nom, il s'appelle comment? J'aimerais bien le... Je suis sûr qu'un jour, je vais le rencontrer. Do you see what I'm saying? It's super friendly with eating because the mouth is that closed. I find that quite a useful little thing. Good. Tia, tell us, where are you living at the moment? Tia, dis-nous, où est-ce que tu habites en ce moment?
At the moment, I live in Finland.
Aren't you a Finnish national?
No.
Are you Estonian?
Yes.
That was it. You did tell me. Linguists listen. Oh my God, how many languages do you have? Fucking hell, impressive. So impressive. So say for me, Luke, I'm living in Finland, but I'm from Estonia.
Luc, j'habite en Finlande, mais je suis estonienne.
Yen. You tend to hear more often, je suis de l'Estonie. No, we tend to use the country name for that because it's quite a nice sounding set of vowels. De l'Estonie. Lovely. Is your other half Estonian or is he Finnish? Is your partner Finnish or is he Estonian?
He's actually American.
Oh my gosh! My God, you are a little international household. No wonder your English is amazing. Good. This is interesting. Does he speak it? Has he learnt Finnish, or is he just surviving on interpreters, or the fact that everybody in Finland speaks English?
He speaks only English, yes.
My brother lived in Finland for 6 years. 6 years. He loved Helsinki. I have to be honest. The girl, fucking little bitch to him in the end. She's really. My brother wrote her masters for her, and the day she handed in her masters, she dumped him and went back to Finland. And my mom, and she never actually dumped him formally. She just went, and my brother was really upset. And my mom rang this girl's mom. Donc elle a passé. So just hear this for the normal speed. So my brother went out for 6 years with this girl from Finland. Alors mon frère, il sortait pendant 6 ans avec une fille, avec une nana finlandaise. Finland's interesting in French. It's got different adjectives. You can have finlandaise or finnoise. And he wrote her master's thesis for her. Donc effectivement, il a publié, il a écrit son thèse pour son master. And I'm not even joking, the day it was done, she fucked off. Alors quand c'était fait, elle a foutu le camp. So he was really super depressed, but she hadn't actually explained to him, and her shit and her computer was still in his house. Donc lui, il était super déprimé, mais en fait, elle en avait jamais parlé. Elle en avait jamais parlé. Notice that from earlier, Brendan. Et il y avait sa merde, son matos, her material, her stuff, chez lui. So my mom kind of got involved. My mom likes to get involved. And she rang this girl herself. Donc ma mère, effectivement, tu vois, elle était un peu impliquée, concernée, donc elle a passé un coup de fil à cette fille. And she said, "Hi, Cecilia, like, you've known me for 6 years, you've come to my house on Christmas Day. Are you done with Ben? Are you gonna, like, you know, tell him or something?" Donc elle a dit à cette fille, alors oui, alors tu me connais, ça fait 6 ans qu'on se connaît, tu as mangé chez moi le jour de Noël, tu vas quand même dire quelque chose de mon fils? She was a bit like, And my mom was like, look, tell me, has he hurt you? If he's hurt you, I'll fucking hurt him myself. Est-ce qu'il t'a fait mal? S'il t'a fait mal, alors moi je vais lui faire, you know, il va en prendre un, quoi, he's going to take one. And she went, no, not at all. So my mom was like, well, just dump him then. I know it's horrible, but just tell him. Tu peux le larguer, mais tu dois lui dire. So my mom rings this bitch's mom. Donc ma mère, elle passe un coup de fil à la mère de cette connasse, quoi. And she's like, hi, I'm really sorry to get in touch because, you know, my son is 40. But, like, are we going to hear from you? Is your daughter just going to literally just explain stuff to my son? And I myself and my mom offered to pay this girl's flight return so she could come over, just give, after 6 years, give my brother the conversation he deserved and then go back to Finland. Donc ma mère a contacté sa mère, elle a dit oui, alors ta fille, elle va quand même venir lui dire quelque chose, et moi je lui ai proposé l'argent pour le vol, qu'elle vienne en Angleterre, qu'ils aient cette conversation et qu'elle foute le camp. You notice I've said that expression twice, that she does the camp, that she buggers off, qu'elle se casse, that she breaks off. This woman said to my mom, I've always taught Cecilia to get what she can from a man, and she can't get any more from your son. What a little bitch. Donc cette connasse a dit à ma mère, tu vois, je lui ai toujours dit de tout prendre de mec, et elle a déjà tout pris. She's already taken everything. So, in other words, with all the love in the world, I am glad that you're Estonian, Tia. Instantly, that sits better with me. Because I said to my mum, I was like, oh, Tia from Finland's doing such good French. It's really bothering me that I really like her. And my mum was like, oh. Good. Denise, personal question. We've got 8 minutes and then we're done. Why did you want to learn French originally? Pourquoi est-ce que tu voulais apprendre le français originalement? English first, Denise.
Originally, it was 1,000 years ago when I was in high school.
Good. So that's me. Originally, it was 1,000 years ago when I was at high school.
Originalement, c'était...
Now, pardon interrupting. Now we get to what needs to happen in our class at this level now. I then make this symbol, which will be our learning symbol, which means what you've said is correct, but to learn some new words, I'll give you a synonym. So it means I'm not correcting you, what you said is lovely. Here's another way of saying it. Tout d'abord, yeah. So first of all, you know, just, you know, right back then, tout d'abord, you know, whatever. It's just synonymous. And I'll give you these when you've said something well. So you want to collect these. Yeah, this is a good sign. So lovely. 1,000 years ago, when I was at high school, off you go.
Tout d'abord, c'était
1,000 years ago. Il y a
1000 ans.
when I was at high school.
J'ai décidé d'apprendre.
When I was at high school.
Quand j'étais au lycée.
Lovely. Back into English.
When I was in high school, I chose French because I thought the sounds were beautiful.
Good. Lovely. Everybody tells me they like the sounds of French, and then they will turn up and crucify the vowels. Which is why I like to give you the sounds, so you can go, oh, I'm now making those sounds, which you now are beautifully. So say for me, I chose French because I thought the sounds were beautiful.
J'ai choisi le français parce que j'ai pensé que les sons étaient très belles.
Très beau.
Très beau.
OK. J'ai choisi le français. J'ai choisi la langue française. J'ai choisi le français comme matière, as a subject, yeah. Not sujet. At school, like, you know, it is a matière. Alors oui, j'ai choisi le français comme matière parce que voilà, la musique de la langue m'a plu. Yeah, the music of the language pleased me. So la musique de la langue m'a plu.
La musique de la langue m'a plu.
Good. Wouldn't it be nice if my hand was doing this all the time instead of bah? There's only one solution to that. Listen. Good. Which also looks like an good. Of all the things you've done to learn French, which app or which method was the biggest waste of time or money? De tout ce que tu as fait pour améliorer le français, améliorer ton français, pour apprendre le français, quelle application ou quelle méthode était vraiment une perte d'argent, une perte de temps? Either because it was just shit or because it just didn't connect with you. I'm not criticizing it per se. Soit parce que c'était de la grosse merde, ou soit parce que tu n'as eu aucune connexion avec cette méthode. Which was the one you thought, God, I've laid out loads of cash and that was a waste of time.
I really haven't done a lot of different methods. I've only started learning French recently, but in high school.
Translate. I haven't done a lot of different methods. I've only started learning French recently.
Okay. Je n'ai pas utilisé beaucoup de méthodes.
Beaucoup. You've got a beaucoup. What is a beaucoup? Brandon, stand up.
Oui,
Stand up. Turn around. Beaucoup. All right.
Je n'ai pas de pantalon.
Denise, I'm sure you look marvelous. So basically, a beaucoup is a nice ass. Right. All right. Off you go. Beaucoup.
Beaucoup. Beaucoup.
I know you're not a fan of the oo vowel anyway, but yeah, that would get a laugh in France. At you, not with you. So we've got to be careful, yeah? Lovely. So I haven't done a lot of methods. Alors, j'ai pas fait or. Je ne me suis pas servi, reflexive, ABC. Je ne me suis pas servi de beaucoup de méthodes. Say for me, je ne me suis pas. Je ne me suis pas servi de beaucoup de méthodes.
Je ne me suis pas servi beaucoup de méthodes.
Good. Or, les méthodes différentes, je m'en suis pas servi. Les méthodes différentes, je m'en suis pas servi. So we use the word and the pronoun. French loves this. Where does Brendan live? Brendan, he lives. Or how do you know Brendan? Brendan, I know him from my work. Yeah, okay. From my prison visiting days. You know, yeah. So say to me, les méthodes différentes, je m'en suis pas servi. Les méthodes différentes, look at my teeth, they're hidden. They'll be hidden soon, they're going. I'm changing them. Les méthodes différentes, je m'en suis pas servi. Les méthodes différentes, je m'en suis pas servi.
Les méthodes différentes, je m'en suis servi.
Je m'en suis pas servi.
Je m'y suis...
non, je m'en suis pas servi. There's no soit. Je m'en suis pas servi.
Je m'en suis pas servi.
Good. Servi.
Servi.
So, to finish, notice that the speed and stylings of putting it together have very little to do with what you know about the language. Each sentence in where the wow is going and what your mouth is doing presents its own challenges, yet separate to knowing what the sentence is. Some vowel orders seem more comfortable than others. Would you agree? So in other words, you have to try saying it blurred, otherwise you won't learn that challenge. And then when you try and go fast, you'll be like, and we've seen today all the things that happen, people going into muscle memories that they know more. We've seen spoonerism. Yeah. We've seen it when people get the consonants the wrong way around. We've had it when people go to at the back of their throat. Yeah. We've had it when people do it in a clug way. Would you agree that we've seen all of these rather hideous things tonight? Agreed? So whatever sentence you do, no matter how many sentences you do from the gorgeous array of educational videos that is provided for you, okay, just don't move on to the next sentence until you honestly feel that you've said that in the way that Brendan, for example, you'd say to your other half in the middle of the night. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? With the teeth relaxed. Otherwise, it will not go into the body. Are you starting to get that rather than just think, oh, he's a boring old gay? Do you totally understand the point? Yes? Good. If you've enjoyed this video and you aren't part of the people here, then there is a Kofi website link underneath this video, and I gratefully accept donations. I actually haven't had any caffeine today, believe it or not. I'm just running on adrenaline because I've got a very difficult week and something quite difficult to do. So I will, which could go either way. So if you don't hear from me for a month / ever again, you'll know it went the bad way. Good. Well done, you lot. You know how to pay me. I will speak to you soon. Good job. Please don't make me teach the same shit again. It's not fair. Go over this before you do anybody else's video. People are all like, oh, we've done that one. Let's go and do another one. Go over this, and not just Brendan stuff for Brendan and Tia stuff for Tia. Go over this, yeah? Go over this. Agreed? Because it's really, really fucking annoying to have to teach the same thing again and again. Would you agree that that's a fair thing for me to say? Yes? Merci pour versus merci de, for example. Agreed, Bren? Good. All right. Love to all of you. Big kiss.
Okay. Thank you.